what do you need to know before coming to France, all the things you have to prepare, and all the things you have to think about before coming here. So let's start with this meeting. At the end, we will have questions, like we will be here to answer all the questions. And Charlotte from ESMA Montpellier, she will be replying on the conversation. If you have any questions, you can go and ask. Okay. Okay. So just to put you a little bit in context, I don't know if you, there's some people that are not in ESMA yet. So we are going to spend who are we a little bit. Okay, just for 2 minutes. Okay, so we are the 4th best CG animation school in France. I don't know if you know the Rookies, but the Rookies like is a very important 3D context in the world, where all the 3D animation schools, they send the best productions. So we were chosen by them like the best 3D animation school in productions. So I recommend you to go there and take a look. And we have like a lot of 100 of 3D animation movies on our YouTube channel. So we really recommend you to go and take a look.
So we have 2 international campus for the English section in Lyon and Montpellier. In Lyon, we are open for the preparatory year and the second year, but for the second year, we are full for the moment. So if you are interested to join us directly straight to the second year, we will give you the information to go in Montpellier. So now I'll let Anna explain you a little bit more about what we do during the 5 years for the people who doesn't know who we are.
Okay, so there is a lot of people that applies to the preparatory year. Okay, this preparatory year serve to consolidate the traditional drawing skills. Okay, so we will work in perspective, anatomy, color, volume. We are going to try different techniques like watercolor, acrylic, oil painting, like all the different techniques. And the students, they will get the ESMA reading. Okay, we can say they will learn how to organize for our school, how to work every day, and how to work in a group. So the preparatory year will be fully in traditional. Then the second and third year, we are going to, the students, they are going to become generalists in 3D. So we are going to keep traditional drawing, illustration and drawing. And at the same time, we are going to work on modeling, lighting, animation, visual effects, reading, and compositing. So we are going to become generalists. And at the end of the third year, the students, they will be able to pick 2 specializations. Like that, during the last 2 years, they will really master their specialties, and they will work in the big production of ESMA, the short movie that they have to do during the 5th and last year. So during the last year, they will work in an open space, like it was like a studio, 3D animation studio, and they will do this 7-8 minutes short movie. Yes, so that's more or less everything. So if you already have a very good drawing level, you can skip the preparatory year. You can go straight to the second year. But like 19% of people, they do preparatory year. If you already have some experience, you can apply for the second year.
So now to really start the meeting, first of all, we would like to talk to you a little bit more about the accommodation, because I think when we are an international student, the accommodation can be very complicated. Lyon and Montpellier are 2 very student cities. So during the summer, a lot of students will be looking for an accommodation. So for that, we prepare you some tips to give you some recommendation. So first of all, before to start your research, we recommend you to create your rental file. Because when you start to apply for accommodation, a lot of landlords, real estate agency, or student residents will ask you some documents. So normally they ask you for a copy of your ID, the school registration certificate. So if we forgot to send you yours, don't hesitate to send us an email to Anna, me, or Charlotte if you go to Montpellier. we can prepare you this certificate. It's really important to start your research. They will ask you also the bank details. So it's a document from your bank with your IBAN. And the last document they can ask you, it's your 3 last rent receipts, if applicable, because maybe you still live with your family, so you don't have this document. If you live with your family, you can ask to your parents to create you a document that certifies that you live with them, accompanied with a proof of address. It can be electricity, water, or gas bill. But this list is indicative because some of agency can ask you 1 or 2 more documents. Sometimes they can ask you less documents. It depends, but it's the most common documents to prepare your rental file. We would like to also give you the information that even in France, if you're looking for an accommodation, you can have some scams or identity theft. So for that, we recommend you to watermark your document because you can have some trouble. If you have any doubt, any problem, don't hesitate to send us an email. We can give you our opinion about an enhance of accommodation, if we know this real estate agency. So don't hesitate to ask us if you have any doubt. Another thing, in France, to looking for an accommodation, every landlord, the dormitory or real estate agency will ask you a guarantor. So a guarantor is a person who will pay the rent for you if you're unable to do. Generally, landlords, real estate agency refuse a guarantor who doesn't live in France. So for that, we recommend you 2 companies to ask you as a guarant for you. You have Guarant Me or Smart Guarant. These two companies have a website. You can check the price on it, and it can be a good solution to have a French guarantor. And I don't know if you have something.
Yes, like the guarantor, you don't have to pay right now. Like you only have to create a file, and you will have to upload some documents. And at the end of the procedure, they will tell you, okay, you can get an apartment that costs until like 600 euros per month. So we guarantors, just if the price is this price, if it's more, we will not be guarantor to you because maybe you will not able to pay it. Okay, so they will analyze your resources, all your like the money you have, your salary or the salary of your family, and they will tell you, okay, so you have to find something that is this price. And once you will find the apartment, so with one agency or with an student dorm, you have to contact them and tell them, okay, I just found this room. Can you be my guarantor? And they will be then when you have to pay to this Smart Garant or Garant Me for them to be your guarantor. Okay. Normally, I think it's like it's not that expensive. I think it's the 10% of.
The rent, yes.
I think it's 200, 300 euros for 1 year. Okay, it depends of the price of the room, of the rent, but it's not more than 400 euros for a whole year. So I think it's a good solution because, for example, me and not friends, and I used to do that when I come in France to have a room because they really ask for this to everyone. So it's mandatory.
Yeah. And if there is something that you don't understand because you are not enough clear, don't hesitate to ask it on the chat. At the end of the presentation, we will take the time to answer everything. Okay.
Okay. How to find an accommodation? Like the steps to find something. First of all, our campuses have a dormitory, like a student residence. So the first thing we recommend you is to apply for this dormitory. Okay, this works with an open list, with a waiting list. I'm sorry. So you only have to apply on their website, and you will be in the waiting list. So maybe you will be in the 20 place. You will know the position in June because right now the dormitory is full. So in June, at the beginning of June, we will know how many people are going to leave the rooms, and we will know how many rooms we have available. Okay, so this waiting list opened on the beginning of January, but as you are international people, you have priority in this waiting list. So if you didn't apply yet, I recommend you to do it as soon as possible, today or tomorrow. Like that, at least you will be in the waiting list. And if you already apply, that's perfect. We will verify this week the files with the Artemisia, with the person in charge of Artemisia, and we are going to verify if the files are okay. If you have any question about this application, you can ask us, or you can also contact this Artemisia dorm by email. And as I say, you only have to apply, and they will come back to you at the beginning of June. Okay. The problem is that we don't have maybe the place for all the international students, because maybe we have 20 rooms, 30 rooms, 40 rooms. We don't know yet. It will depend of how many people will live. So we always recommend you a second, like a second option, a plan B. So we recommend you to apply to other school dormitories, like to other students' dormitories, to other residents, and also to find other options. So, for example, this is a list of different agencies where you can start applying. Okay, you don't have to pay anything. Okay, if they ask you for a big quantity of money, please don't pay anything. Just ask us before, because you can maybe be in some troubles. There is some scams. So, for example, with Le Bon Coin and Celoger, the first two options, they are like people that maybe they have an apartment and they want to rent it. So they are like not agencies, they are like individual people who post in this website their apartments. In Citia, Orpi, and Fosia, they're like nice agencies, so you can trust them. Okay. And then if you want to move with some other people, some other students, you can go to the other website, like for example, La Carte des Colocs or A Partager. And if you want to apply for other students' residences, this is an example. So Studea, Les Estudiants. There is a lot of different in Lyon. So I recommend you to apply at least at 5, 6, 7 different in the neighborhood or in Lyon city. Because like this, if you don't have a room in Artemisia dorm, you will have a room in another student residence. Okay. And it's something that is for free. So the biggest chances that you have, the better.
I would like to add Lyon and Montpellier are two cities where there is a very good transportation network. So if you don't find an accommodation on the neighborhood of the school, don't hesitate to take a look in another place on the city. You will always find a solution to go to the school with the transportation. So yes, don't hesitate to looking for everywhere on the city.
Yes, there is people that live like from 30 minutes from the school, and they live like in very, very far from the school, but they are really well connected. So don't worry about that. As you find an apartment, that's okay. Okay. If you have any question about which neighborhood you can avoid or the best places in Lyon, you can ask it on the conversation or send us an email.
Yeah, of course. So now we would like to take a short look about the administrative formalities who are very important to it before arriving in France. First of all, the ENIC-NARIC. So there is two kinds of people: the people who still have the high school diploma. So for you, it's very important to apply today as soon as possible for the ENIC-NARIC. So what is it? The ENIC-NARIC is an attestation to confirm to us that you have an equivalent of the French baccalaureate diploma. We ask for a level 4 of your diploma. It's mandatory to have it before back to school to ESMA. It's really important for us to have it to confirm that you have the good level of studies. For the people who are in the last year of your high school this year, do not worry, we can start the procedure as soon as you will have your diploma in June or July. It's important to do it as soon as possible because it's very long to have the certificate. You need 2 or 3 months to have it. It can be very long. Sometimes it can be 1 or 2 weeks. We don't know why. It depends. Yes. So yeah, it can be a little bit long. So don't hesitate to ask it very soon. If your diploma is not in German, English, Arabic, Spanish, or French, of course, Italian or Portuguese, you will need to translate your diploma by a sworn translator. Okay, normally you can find it easily on internet to find it.
Okay, something that maybe is very important for you. So there is a lot of people that are coming to ESMA that they don't live in Europe. So they have to obtain a visa, they have to validate their visa. Okay, so the most important thing will be to go and take an appointment with your embassy, because we cannot make a document telling you what to do step by step, because we have people from more than 50 nationalities, and in every country is a different procedure. So what we recommend you is, if you are already accepted in ESMA, we send you a letter with a lot of information about which kind of diploma you are going to have, the beginning of classes, the date of beginning of classes, if you already paid the deposit or not. So this information are very important for the visa. So if you are already accepted, you can go to the embassy with this letter and you can ask them the steps to follow to have the visa. So don't worry, because normally you have to ask for visa 3 months before coming to France. So you have still the time to book an appointment with your embassy in your city, home city. And if you are not already accepted by us, I recommend you to do the interview as soon as possible, because like that you will be able to start the procedure as soon as possible. Okay, so if you already have the ESMA enrollment certificate, you can already go to the embassy and ask them what to do. Okay.
Like Anna said, we have more than 50 nationalities at ESMA. So if you have any doubt, we can give you the contact of one of our students with the same nationality than you. Maybe he can have some advice for you for this procedure. So don't hesitate to ask us if you need it.
Also, like, it's been like 4 years I work in ESMA, and we didn't have like a lot of refusals of visa. Okay, they don't have normally a lot of problems, and if they have problems, it's because maybe they skip a step, or they don't have maybe a good situation to come abroad to live in France. So just prepare your file, ask questions to the embassy, and prepare all the documents. Okay.
And be aware, your file needs to be very full. If they ask us for a motivational letter, do it. Sometimes some students ask us if it's mandatory. Yeah, it's mandatory. Your file needs to be very full to be sure to add it. So now, some administrative formalities to do it after arriving in France.
Yes. So a lot of things that you have to do. Okay. You will have to do it once you have a address here in France, because like there is a lot of paperwork that ask for an official address in France to make sure that you really live in France. Okay, so this kind of things is good to know it, because like that, once you will be in France, you will know that you have to do all of these things, but you have to wait to be in France. Okay, so by now the only thing you have to worry about is enigmatic, finish high school for some people, and prepare the visa. Okay, and apply for all the different school dorms, students dorm, apply for other agencies. Okay, look for an apartment. That will be the most important things right now. And once you will have an apartment, you will be able to open a phone number in France. That will be very important, because a lot of information they will send it to you by text on your phone. So for example, creating a bank account to validate your file, you will have to validate on your phone number. So the first thing will be how to create a phone number once you will have an apartment. Then you will have to go to a bank agency here in Lyon or in Montpellier and ask them to open a bank account. So that will be very quick, but at the same time you have to be patient, because once you start the procedure you will have to wait maybe for 1-2 weeks. Okay, and we can give you a list of bank agencies here in France if you want to take a look. And also you have to register for the French social security system. Why? Because if you have an accident, if you are sick, if you have to go to the doctor. So we are going to explain you how to do this, and you have to do it once you will be in France. Okay. And to do this, you will need a birth certificate. So I recommend you to ask for a birth certificate before coming to France. Okay. An English birth certificate will be perfect. Okay, because sometimes if it is in Indian or in Turkish or in Chinese, they will ask you for a translation. So I recommend you to ask for an English one. And also you will have to apply for CAF. CAF is like a housing help that the French government give to students. Okay, so they will give you some money every month to pay rent. It can be like 80 euros, 100 euros, 120 euros. It depends of the person, and it depends of the price of the rent. But you will have to start the procedure as soon as you have an apartment. Like that, you will have some money maybe in 2-3 months. You will have some money like from every month you live in the room. So even if you have the money in December, you will have this help from the beginning of September, like from the day you start living in the apartment. Okay, so this is like the 4 big things you have to do when you are in France: phone number, bank account, social security system to go to the doctor and to not pay, and this help for housing. Okay.
So now we would like to talk you about the integration. When you will arrive in Lyon, we will organize some activity to help you to integrate with your class, because you will be 50, 60 new international students. So we will organize some activities. First of all, we will organize a city tour and some outdoors activity with all the international students. We also have a student council, so some students who organize some activities for the ESMA students. They organize an integration day with international and French students. And also, we will organize a welcome evening for international and French students. So you will have 3 different activities. So normally, we try to make some connection with you.
Okay, thank you, Berenice. Here you have an example of one of our movies. Okay, I don't know if you already watched some of ESMA's movies, but here you have a teaser of one of them. We are going to let you take a look to this, and at the same time we are going to see if you have any questions. Okay. Okay, so I don't know if you know it, but there is a Discord group where you can speak with people in Lyon campus. I'm sorry, we don't have one from Montpellier, but in Lyon campus there is people from preparatory year to the last year of the program. And if you want to find for an apartment, or if you're looking for some tips, you can also go there and ask if somebody is looking for a flatmate, or if somebody knows about an apartment, if somebody is leaving his apartment and maybe they want to propose you. So I think that maybe that is a good idea if you want to find an apartment fast also. I don't know if you have questions. We're going to wait for a couple of minutes, just if you want to speak about something, if you have some doubts.
Tomorrow we will send you an email for all the people on the presentation to send you a document with a resume of everything that we said about all the example of different websites for accommodation, for the guarantors, etc. Like that, you will have everything to help you. And also, we organize another webinar about studying in France, when we present all our international campus in Montpellier and Lyon. So don't hesitate to join us also for this webinar. You have all the information on our website. And also for this webinar, we will give you the access of the replay on our website tomorrow.
Of course. And here you have the contacts of our from Berenice and I, and also from Montpellier, like the person who are in charge of next future students. So if you have any question about the program, the city, how to find an apartment, you can go and ask them. Okay. Fernando, he asked a question about how many international students for this year. So in Lyon, we have more than 150 students in all the different years.
Yeah.
But next year we will have 60 new students, okay, 50, 60 new students. So in the preparatory year, they will have a group of 30 people. And in the second year, we will have a group of 30 people, okay, from different countries. So United States, Turkey, India, China, Russia, like
Switzerland,
all over the world.
There is another question.
We wait for you to ask how many questions you have.
Yeah. Like I said, Julia, I will send you a document with more details than the presentation. Like that, you will have all the information. The document is for Lyon, but if you want some information about Montpellier, don't hesitate to send an email to Charlotte. Yes. You have her email address on this screenshot.
We will ask you in the document. It's like a booklet document where there is other information about restaurants, how to create your transport card,
yeah,
other interested documents. Okay.
Thank you, Charlotte. Yes, Charlotte told us so that they will do the same document for Montpellier.
Yes. And also, if you want to speak with students of our campuses, don't hesitate to come back to us. We can give you this Discord group, and you can speak with them.
There is another question. We wait for you. How about portal job? So for the preparatory year, it's easier to have it. I know that for students from the second year, it can be a little bit difficult because there is a lot of workload, but you can try it. It's possible. I don't know how many hours you can work with a student visa.
20 hours per week. So if you have a visa, you cannot work more than 20 hours per week. And I know there is a lot of international students that work at supermarkets, coffee shop, like restaurants during the weekends and during the evenings after school. But it's true that during the prepa is more easy because there is not that much hours of classes than during the second year. But there is some students that they don't have the choice. They work during the 5 years at ESMA every weekend. So it will be better for you if you learn some French before coming, if you want to find a job, because for some places they only ask you French and English, but for the big, like 19% of places, they will ask you to have some level in French.
Do you have any other questions? Yeah.
About transport in Montpellier, I think it's free for students. In Lyon, it's like 25 euros per month. Okay, it's not very expensive. Also, I don't know if this is important for you, but in Lyon is like a big city. So there is like food from all the different nationalities.
Yeah.
So don't worry about like what are you going to eat. There is like big markets like Vietnamese food, Chinese food, Russian food, like from different countries. So don't worry about that. You don't have to bring food from your country. I remember the first time I came to France, I bring like a lot of things, and then I found almost everything in here. So don't worry about that.
And Lyon is famous for the gastronomy.
Yes, there is good food. Maybe they are not similar to your country food, but there is a very good food in Lyon also.
Thank you, Charlotte. So she told us there is a free transport network if you live in Montpellier.
And it's just in front of the school. So here in Lyon, also the transport is like 5 minutes walking from the school. So we are very well connected, and we are close to the river. So there is a very nice view.
Yeah.
So we wait for your questions. Really, don't be shy. Don't hesitate to create groups with future students to speak. Like, look, I just found this website where you can find an apartment. Like, create groups, you together, and we can like put you in contact with other students. That's, to me, I think that's very important when you are coming for another country. Yes, internship. So the internships normally you have to complete 8 weeks of internship before finishing the program. Okay, normally you have the last 2 years to complete 8 weeks of internship during the holidays. So during the holidays, during the 4th year, you will have, during the summer, you will be able to complete 8 weeks of internship. And also, yes, we recommend you to do it after the 3rd year and after the 4th year. Like that, after the graduation, you already did the internship and you are ready to work. Okay. We will give you a list of all the studios that hire ESMA students to do the internship with them. Like that, it's going to be more easy to you to find for an internship. We wait for another question. There is somebody typing. There is someone on the conversation from Switzerland. I forgot to tell you, but people from Switzerland, they already have to give us the enigmatic document that compares your high school diploma to French education diploma. I'm sorry, but it's like important document for us because like it's a 5 years program, and we don't want you to finish the program and be like, okay, I didn't have the correct level. So we want to be sure that you have high school diploma.
I think there is no more question. So if so, don't hesitate to screenshot with our email address. We are staying available to help you with your arriving in France. So don't hesitate to contact us. We will be very happy to help you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Goodbye.
Bye bye. Have a nice day.